Alright, it is 9:53 a.m. I had a trade, although this feels a little bit more like a scalp. I had a trade with GTII, and this was like a morning panic bounce play. I was watching it, and the whole thing that has kept me a little thrown off is that, even though I had like a little dip in the morning, I was worried that it was going to continue to drop more, and it might do it later. It might try to hold itself, who knows? But I just don't like how it has broken the 485 support level, which seems pretty important. It even had like an attempt here a few days ago to try to get above this trend line that it was holding for a while, and then it kind of brought it back down, and now it's broken the support level. So it just doesn't look that nice, but it did offer an opportunity here, and I did take a trade. I bought 100 shares at 464. I really didn't want to trade it, but the price action looked so strong that I took the setup. It had a bit of a panic, as you can see right here, and we had a wick. It kind of looks like one of the trend lines would actually had a wick down here at 450, and then it had an uptrend. And then once it started the trade in this little channel, I've seen this before, and it's just like a bunch of many higher lows. In theory, it had a wick here, and then it had a bottom of a candle here, which is higher than the wick, and then it traded this channel that was higher than this bottom of this candle. So in theory, those were like little higher lows, and again, it was looking like it was trying to break 465, and the price action looked really strong. So I feel like if I didn't take it, that would have been dumb. 949, I did buy 100 shares. So actually right here in this candle, and that was at 464 before it broke past the range. And then when it broke past it, I don't like how it did it with so much volume, and it was kind of quick. It just felt like something was off. And then VWAP is also very close to this breakout level of 465. So the fact that we got to the VWAP goal rather quickly right here in this big green candle, and how it just broke past with a bunch of volume, it just felt a bit off. So I actually sold this one super quickly. I sold 100 shares at 950, 469. So it was this candle at 469 when I got out. And my only regret is that even if it, in this case worked out and everything, and I sold for a profit, I should only I should yeah, I shouldn't have sold everything. I should have sold maybe half of the position because it did feel kind of off, and then maybe the other half I could have sold for a better price, maybe in the 470s. But I just don't like how I sold everything at once. I should only sell everything at once if the setup isn't working out and I have to cut losses. So for example, I'm in it right here at this 464 level, and then it breaks this mini range that I was talking about here, and then maybe, I'll be cutting it right then and there, the whole position size. I don't like how I sold everything at once, even though it didn't get much higher. It got to the goal of VWAP. I just don't like how I sold everything at once. Even if I were to have sold the other half for less than this 469 level, I think that would have been a better trade overall. So that's the case with that. I was looking at HMBL. It is uptrending, but it has a spread. In theory, I could have bought at 209, but I didn't like how it had that spread, and only now I guess I would be able to sell for a profit. Not too happy with the way that one is, so I didn't trade it. And then this one, I can't trade this one on Fidelity. It keeps downtrending. There hasn't really been a point where I really wanted to consider it. Although I guess now it is looking a little better because it's trading off of this 350 level, which was resistance here, resistance until it broke past the support right here with this wick. So, maybe I can try to do something here, but it might continue the downtrend. And again, I'm not able to trade this. If I were to trade it, it would be on Schwab, and I just don't want to trade on Schwab because of the fact that I have to pay commissions, and I'm not really interested in paying commissions, especially with the size that I'm trading right now. So, yeah, that's it for right now. I'll make an update later. Okay, it is 7:18 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. Overall, I'm gonna be up on a day just $4.25, and that was that one trade with GTII. Very similar to yesterday. The higher low was the more profitable setup, although this one wasn't as nice as yesterday because I think it's like a bouncing ball. The more it bounces, the less ideal is the next bounce, but it still offered a really nice move. And I was unfortunately not here when this happened. This happened later. I was not on the computer. I'm happy to say that at least I didn't see this happen, and then I just hesitated and never traded it and then felt like an idiot. This looks very nice the way it was trading with the downtrending trend line. I like how it tried to break above it here briefly and then it sold off even further. And then with the larger volume, this could have been a buy opportunity, a very aggressive one while it was still under the trend line. Or then, even after it, once it had a blip right here, and then it kind of came back and then it was uptrending. This could have been super nice for a setup as well. And this would have been massively profitable. Again, more profitable than the first one that I traded, but still, at least I took this one right here. At least I'm missing potentially more profitable setups than trying everything that's out there and not being profitable or doing it wrong. There could be a lot of situations where I could be worse, so I'm pretty thankful to got where I am right now. And again, this would have been pretty cool. And MMTLP did also a panic, and I never traded it because again, I can't trade this on Fidelity, but who knows? Maybe if I had more guts, I could have tried maybe 200 shares to make up the commissions on Schwab, and of course it would have worked out, so it would have been favorable, but this thing could have failed, and then I would have lost a whole bunch of money, so I think it was fine to not have traded it. And these two are new. I'll be watching to see if they can trade an option for more than just a few days and maybe be something pretty nice to take into consideration. That's it for today, and that's it for this week. Besides the weekly recap, a lot of nice setups that I didn't take, but I'm very happy and thankful. Once again, I got because I always had that issue that I was worried that I would try to size up, and I mean, still $100 risk level is not that much, but it's a lot more than what I was trading before. And I always had that fear that, oh, okay, the moment I try to go large and trade larger, I'm going to start getting all the L's and it's going to just, burn a big hole at my determination, I guess, just being really jaded about it. So I'm glad that hasn't happened. That's it for today.